She, oh, she can hear you now. Hey,
Hey everybody. Hey, 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 hey. Hey y'all. Welcome to another episode of My Life Has Destiny podcast where I am one of your hosts, Quint Jones. And you got my sister over there, Coco Fenton, y'all. Today we are gonna talk. Um, some things dropped in my spirit on today. And I just really wanted to ask a few questions because in this season that we're in, God has not only brought us from restoration, but He's also elevating us. So, my question today is, who are you? Do you know who you are? Do you understand your purpose? Do you understand what you possess? And I want you to dig deep. Y'all don't have to answer these questions to me, but I really, really want you to self evaluate, take a look in the mirror, and figure out if you know who you are. Because we were made in the image and in the likeness of God. And therefore, we possess so much more than what we portray. And it's so important that we cultivate what's inside of us so that we can begin to develop and bring it out. So, that's some of the things we're going to talk about on today. With that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Coco and let her have some introductions, y'all. I'm feeling good in my spirit. I'm tired, but I'm feeling good in my spirit on today. So I'm gonna let Coco have a few remarks, and then we just gonna chat.
okay, well, I really don't have okay, well, I mean, y'all know how I do. So my thing is this. She already asked the question is who are you? Do you know who you are? Do you know what dispensation, what season you in? Do you know where you are in your life right now? Because if you are in a place of uncertainty, then your answer to that question is no.
Right.
Right. So what we want y'all to do is come from a place of uncertainty so that you know for sure who you are, where you're
Hmm.
headed, what you're doing, what you're not doing that you should be doing. All of these type of things are tied into this one question, right? Because when you don't know who you are, then you don't know where you're going.
Exactly.
So that is what we want y'all to get tonight. So y'all won't miss, because I'm telling y'all, it's a shift already starting. It's already happening.
Yes.
Don't miss the shift in this
That's
season.
right.
I promise you it's not something that you want to do. All right.
Mhm.
So with that being said, my introduction to y'all was short and sweet tonight. I'm gonna let Quint start us off because this was her baby tonight. So I'm gonna let her start us off, and then y'all know how we do. We just go with the flow. So for those of y'all that do not have Facebook, I did tell y'all earlier that I was gonna send y'all a link via YouTube. So I'm posting that for y'all now so you can watch it. Um, and still be in the comment section. So give me a moment to get that done. But Quint, you can go ahead.
So, back to the questions. We just asked those questions, but it's once again, it's so important for you to know what you possess. We have 5 more months in this year. 5 more months in this year. And we are not supposed to go out the same way that we are in it. If you're carrying some things, hey, LHG, if you're carrying some
Hey.
things that are weighing you down, now is the time for you to dig deep internally. We're not focusing on other people, we're focusing ourselves. I want you to truly look in the mirror and ask yourself, who am I? What am I carrying? What's frustrating me? What's making me angry? What's causing me to procrastinate? What's causing me not to walk in the destiny that God has for me? There are so many things that are being held up that is for us because we don't know who we are. focus on that energy inward. Exactly. It's so important for us to look internally and
Mhm.
not worry about, we're not worried about what's around us. We're not worried about who's falling off. We're not worried about who's talking about us. We need to focus on us. This is all a part of self-care. This is all about loving on us. This is all about achieving our goals. This is all about getting to that next level because we've been stagnant for too long. So what's hindering you in this season? Are you the hindrance? Are you hindering yourself? We are our worst enemy. Are you scared of success? Are you scared of failure? Are you scared of failing God and that's why you won't move forward? What is preventing you from getting to the next level that God wants to bring you to? Whether it's ministry, whether it's a spouse or a significant other, whether it's children, whether it's you're scared to go back to school, what is it that's hindering you? Only you can answer that question. Why is it not the time? Because I heard somebody just say it's just not the time. I got to get things in order. You can't get things in order. God gets things in order if you turn it over and you ask Him to lead you. You ask Him to guide you. What's holding you up? Why do you feel like it's not the time? These are so many questions that only you can answer concerning you. Coco can't answer these questions for me. I can't answer these questions for Coco.
Yep.
So, when is the time? How long are you going to allow your life to be held up? I want my blessings to come now. And there's a process, but listen, my blessings have been held up for too long because I wasn't on my assignment, because I wasn't walking in obedience, because I was procrastinating. And now, listen, it's not the time to procrastinate. I got to get everything God has for me, starting with Him, a deeper relationship, a more intimate relationship, making more time for Him, going back to the things that I used to do when I fell asleep, the scriptures, just playing in the background so that I can get them in my spirit, knowing that He is my peace, knowing that I'm not allowing anything to interrupt me anymore. Distractions are going to come when you get on that move, when you get on that journey to self. Distractions come at you to get you off your journey. Obstacles come your way to get you off your journey. They try to slip you up, but you can't focus on those obstacles. You have to continue to press toward the mark. What's your mark? What's your goal? Why is it taking us so long to get there? Have to put me in that category because I'm just now doing the things that I know I'm destined to do. I know I'm walking in God's image and in His likeness. I know He is pleased with my life because it's turned over. I'm yielded to Him. Did I say I was perfect? No, I'm not. But my heart is so pure. And all I want is what God has for me. So, what do you want for yourself? Coco, jump in anytime. What do you want for yourself?
Listening. Can I listen? I'm gonna come in finish.
What do you want for yourself? Are you willing to go after it? Or are you going to continue to make excuses on why you're not doing the things that you know you're supposed to be doing? Are you going to continue to walk in the I don't know spirit or continue to justify your actions? I want y'all to really think about these questions because you're accountable to God and to you. You have to take accountability on why things are not going in the right direction. When you know better, you do better. What you got away with as a teenager, you can't get away with now. Mm-mm. Not anymore. It's no longer I don't know, but it's I'll find out. I'm going to figure that thing out. I'm going to get to my next destination. I'm going to shift when I'm supposed to shift. The season that I'm in, I'm birthing something and I got to push it out. My baby is not going to be overdue. My baby is not going to be breech. And my baby is not going to be premature. I'm going to have a natural birth. I am going to be fully developed in the things that God has for me. So
Well,
it's time for, go
this
ahead.
is my question. My question would be is if you say that you don't know who you are, why? Why don't you know
Hmm.
who you are? What in life has caused you to not know yourself? Have you walked around pretending, having a facade, wearing a little nice mask for everybody else to see,
Hmm.
but all along knowing that what you're giving off to other people is not you? If you've been doing that, then you are not living. I can't even say that you're existing because you're existing when you know who you are, but you're just like at a crossroads. If
Hmm.
you don't even know who you are, that's a bad way to be
Hmm.
because all your life you have lived for somebody else. You have done what other people have wanted you to do, never done what you, any of your, never have you set out for any of the goals that
Hmm.
you put out for yourself, but you've been
Hmm.
trying to work off everybody else's goal for you. Hey, Miss Brenda, how are you? And that's the thing for me is now I realize that there are a lot of people who can literally sit back and say that the school they chose when they got out of high school was not because they wanted to go. The career path they chose in college was not what they wanted to do.
Hmm.
They lived to somebody else's stipulations. I've had friends of mine that I was in school with that their parents told them that if you want me to pay for college, this is what you got to go for.
Hmm.
And that's not them.
Hmm.
That means you did what your parents wanted you to do, but it was not you.
Right.
This whole entire time you've been unhappy due to a decision that you made
Hmm.
because you wasn't bold enough at that time to say, okay, well, you don't have to pay for school. I'll apply for scholarships and I just get financial aid if I got to, but I'm not going to do
Right.
that because that's not where my heart is at.
Hmm.
That's not what I want.
That's right.
I've had one family where every male in the family was in the military. Every male. There wasn't one that did something outside of that.
Hmm.
Every male in the family was in the military. All of them have retired from the military, and they want their sons until to do the same. Or you got a family, everybody is some type of a doctor.
Hmm.
or a lawyer, and they want everybody to follow suit. The question is, when are you going to stop being a follower and
Hmm.
become a leader?
That's right.
Because if you follow somebody your whole entire life, then what capabilities and qualities do you have that are actually yours and not capabilities and qualities that you got from them
Hmm.
because you've been following so long? Like they tell us when it comes down to church leadership. Well, something from your leader should be a part of you. I hear that all the time. Or some part of your leader, something like, something from you should sound like them.
Mhm.
No, I'm me.
That's
They
right.
are them. They might be my leader, but I'm me. They
That's
are
right.
them.
Mhm.
I should not mimic my
Exactly.
leader. Now, there is a possibility that you could get traits from a person, like you get traits from your mom and dad, and
Mhm.
you will split image between the two. Those are traits. That's different.
Mhm.
When you look somebody in the face and say, "Oh, well, you should be just like them," that's a different statement to make. I have never wanted to be like somebody else,
Right.
and I'm grateful that that was not a part of my thing.
Mhm.
I might have praised them for where they were in life, but I didn't want to be there because one, in all my life, I've never known what it taken somebody else to get where they at,
That's right.
to get what they have. I don't know what it took you to do to get what you got. I don't know what it would cost me to have to be able to have what you have. See where it might didn't cost you much. It may cost me much.
Mhm.
And the question is, am I willing to pay that cost?
Right.
And I can tell you back in the day, most of the time that answer was no.
Mhm.
If you go out and get a car, I don't want the same car you got
Mm-mm.
because I don't want that note.
That's right.
I'll go out and I'll settle for this because I don't want that note.
Mhm.
Now, if you willing to give me what I asked for with the note that I got right now,
Right.
we can go. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
that's the type of stuff that you have to say about your life. Stop settling for what others want for you.
That's right.
That's just like I want to see Quint go far. That's what I want to see. But the question is, what does she see for herself?
That's right.
If she don't see herself going past her face, then there ain't nothing I can do.
At all.
I can continue to say, "Well, I see you do this. I see you over here. I see." Did you hear what I said? I
Mhm.
Until she tells herself, "I see that for me,"
Mhm.
then that won't change.
That's right.
You have to start telling yourself that you see yourself being so much greater,
That's
so
right.
much further than where you are. You have a destined place,
Mhm.
right, to reach, a predestined place to reach. But the
Mhm.
question is, will you get there? And if you say yes to that, then tell me how you going to get there if you don't know who you are
Right.
and you don't know whose you are.
Mhm.
Take, for instance, I'm going to use Quint. Quint can use me, for example, if she like. I'm going to use Quint, for example. If I know that Quint lives 3 hours away from me, I know to be at something she's having at 9 o'clock, in order to be on time and not late, I need to leave at least 4 hours in advance, not
Mhm.
three.
That's
Because
right.
if I leave at three, that means I'm gonna be late because
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be on time.
Mhm.
Right? That's the same thing about your life. If
That's
you
right.
are always late for your own show, if you always late for you, but you can be on time for everybody else, there's
Mhm.
a problem.
That's right. That's right. And that's where we fall short. A lot
Right.
of times, especially people that are in the church, um, we want to please our leader and we become the everything help. Okay. And in
Hmm.
reality, we're running their ministry most of the time, um, or a lot of the times, let me say that. And we forget that we have ministry. We forget that we have our own goals and our own dreams. We forget to love on ourselves. And we feel guilty when we begin to do for us because we're so busy people pleasing. At some point, you have to look at you and say, I want better for me.
That's
If
it.
you're in a struggle, you can't effectively help anybody because 9 times out of 10, when you're being that help, although it's from your heart, you kind of doing it grudgingly because you know what you have inside of you. And you know you should be so much farther along than where you are, but you don't have time for you.
Right.
Your time management for you is nil and void. So at some point, it's like, okay, I've helped everybody else. I've helped establish ministries. I've helped with flyers. I've helped clean bathrooms. I've done it all. I started from the bottom and I did what I needed to do. And now it's time for me to serve me. Because if I don't serve me, I'm going to remain stagnant while everybody else is going up. Am I happy to see them go up? Absolutely. But that does not mean that I stay at the bottom.
Right.
That means I need to also move forward. I need to take some time for my household. I need to get me in order. That's the look. Now is the time. We're not getting any younger.
Right.
So it should not take us another 10 years to get what God has for us. If you've already, like I said, procrastinated, helped everybody else out, didn't focus on you, pushed everybody else into their destiny, now it's time for you to do the same for you. If you knew the things you knew back then, we would be so much further along. But now that we know what to do, how to do it, guess what? It should come kind of easy to us to get where we need to be because we already experienced it. We've already
Right.
done it for others. Now you got to do it for your household. Now you have to do it for your children so that they won't follow in the same footsteps that you were already in. So they won't take 40 years to get to where they need to be. They'll do it in half that time. They'll come out of college with their careers or entrepreneurs
Yep.
with a savings account, teaching others. They're going to come out
Oh,
knowing who they are.
but the biggest question of the night, Quint, is how long will you continue to allow you to be the problem?
That part. That
When
part.
when will you start being your own solution?
Exactly.
You don't walk
Exactly.
around so long that it's not the enemy anymore. It's the inner you that's your
Exactly.
problem. So
That's
how
true.
long are you gonna continue to be your own problem?
Hmm.
You won't be able to go past that if you don't fix you.
Or if you're not willing to look in the mirror and self evaluate and stop saying, oh, I got things in order, you don't.
No, because I mean, life happens, right? We all know that life happens, but it's what you do during the time of life happens that counts. If I always focused on what I didn't like about what I had going on in life, I would not be where I am now. You can't focus on the negativity, the distractions, and everything that's keeping you from where you're trying to be instead of focusing on what should be. That's just like, okay, so those of you that have been with us for quite some time know that I have some health stuff, right? If I continue to focus on that, but I never focused on healing, I would never heal.
That's right.
If I always focused on the problem,
Mhm.
but
And
did
not.
not focus on the fact that I want to be healed,
Mhm.
I would never heal.
That's right.
So it goes back to you saying to yourself, I don't like where I am. I
Mhm.
am not content where I am, but I want to change it.
That's right.
What are you going to do to change it? Now you need to make the change.
Right.
And that's the problem. It's an
Mhm.
issue with we don't like change as people, especially when we feel we in a spot where we okay. I can deal with where I am, but
Mhm.
ooh, you push me further. I don't know if I can handle that.
That's right. And what's your fear? I did a workshop, and I want to say it was this topic, do you know who you are? And I had mirrors, and there was women that could not even look in the mirror because they did not want to face who they truly were, or they did not know exactly who they are. And when they seen themselves, they did not see themselves in a positive manner. So they did not look. They did not want to look in the mirror. I'm telling you to look deep down. Look in that mirror and see exactly who you are. Get to know yourself for you. We cater to everybody else, but we won't cater to us. I don't get that. We won't take time for us. When I was in my 20s, I was married. If I bought myself something, I felt guilty. Why? Because I felt like I was taking money out my household or taking money away from my children. Listen, you matter. Can I say that again? You matter. And you are not supposed to neglect you. You can't give anybody the best part of you. Good evening. It just says Facebook user, so
Easy,
put your
yeah,
name. You can't give anybody the best part of you if you're not giving you the best part of you. You are the most important person in your life. Can I say that again? You are the most important person in your life. Let me tell you why I say that. Because if you're not here, who's going to take care of your children? Who's
that
going to
part.
take care of your household? Who's going to take care of you if you get sick? Let's think
Right.
about that. If you're doing for everybody else, and 9 times out of 10, if you're doing for everybody else, nobody's doing for you. So who's taking care of you? You have to take care of yourself effectively and efficiently, physically and spiritually. Because, like I told y'all, my flesh is tired right now. Why? Because I'm running. But my spirit, listen, it's so willing, it's so strengthened because I'm pouring into it. I'm allowing me to pour into me. I don't listen to them scriptures at night for nothing when I'm home. Why? It gives me strength. I don't get in the shower and pray for nothing. It gives me strength. Hey, Mo. Listen, it's so important. It's so important for you to take care of you. It's so important for you to slow down. Today I got home. I got out of school.
Come on.
I got home and I passed out. Literally. If you don't slow down, the Lord will sit
Will
you
slow
down.
you down. That he will.
He will definitely do that. So it's so important for you to realize who you are, whose you are. Take care of you. Make sure you are giving yourself that self care. Make sure you're achieving everything that God has for you. Make sure you're cultivating the gifts that's inside of you. Look, Coco said last week she did um, that creative stuff for a hobby. But ever since she's been posting it, she's been getting orders. So guess what? God said that's not a hobby. And she enjoys doing what she do. What's inside of you that you enjoy doing, that you have a passion for, that you have not brought out?
Yep.
Because I hear you asking, well, how am I supposed to know what I'm supposed to be doing? Because you have something that's been burning in your spirit since you was a child. You have something that you looked at as a hobby. You have something that you've been doing for you, for friends, whether it's writing resumes, helping them with their businesses.
Right.
You got stuff inside of you that you need to bring out. What is it? Only you know. What is it? When are you going to bring it out?
That's
When are
it.
you going to show the world what you're capable of? When are you going to allow God to cultivate you? He got to build you up. Sometimes we got to be broken down in order to be built up. If you're in your broken state, you're in a good place. Now allow him to build you up. You don't stay there. I give the devil 3 minutes. Scream, cry, whatever it takes in those 3 minutes, he can have it. After those 3 minutes, listen, it's time to get up off my seat of do nothing, of being sick and tired of being sick and tired, of being woe is me, and do what God has me to do.
Right. But see, this is the thing, y'all. Where you fail at is never starting.
Never starting.
That's the failure.
Mm-hmm.
It's never a failure if you start and it just don't work.
Right.
The failure is if you never start.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Right. So you gotta start somewhere in order to see what's gonna become of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
that's what that's what a job does with you. They
exactly.
give you a probationary period. Most
Mm-hmm.
of them do
That's
to
right.
see how you gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you continue to work, they like how you work, they keep you on, right?
Right.
So it's the same thing with yourself. If the Lord gave you an idea to start a business, start.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key word. Start.
That's it. And practice makes perfect.
That's it.
You can you can pick it up and it don't go right the first time. Okay, you revamp and you start again. That does not mean failure brings success.
That's it.
Okay? It's not that you're failing, you're practicing. Now, if you stop and completely stop, oh, I quit.
Yeah. That's it.
Now you can say, okay, I failed because you quit. And quitting is not an option in this season. God is taking us to another level. Are you willing to go? Or do you like and are you content being stagnant? Are you content being unstable? Are you content not having a security blanket? What are you doing that's different in your life that's going to get you to where you need to be? Because we got to be flexible in this season. If we've been doing things the same way and getting the same results, and that same result is ending in not having enough, then we're walking in insanity. You can't keep doing the same way every day, or the same thing every day all the time, getting the same result and not moving forward in you. Love you too, Mo. So important for you to bring about results in your life. It's so important for you to elevate in your life. Yes, it's a process. Embrace it. Embrace the process. Move forward. Love on you. You have to love you. Get to know you. Get to know your likes. Get to know your dislikes. I can't say that enough times because a lot of times we don't know what we like. We don't know our boundaries. We don't know our standards. We don't know our dislikes because we're following after everybody else. So we began to pick up their habits. We began to do what they're doing. We, listen, and 9 times out of 10, we're trying to fit in and we don't even like what they're doing, but we're fitting in. And if I can identify with you, I could fit into your circle. But how do you know that's the circle you're supposed to be in? Is that the circle that you're supposed to be in? Guess what? I said this in the past. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. If you can't learn from the people in your circle and they learn from you and y'all push each other, or you can only identify with failure in your circle and identify with pain and complaints in your circle, you're in the wrong circle.
First of all, if you identify with what's in your circle, they're the problem.
There you go.
They got to be somebody in your circle that is already where you're trying to go,
Exactly.
that can help you walk through the steps to get there. If
That part.
everybody in your circle is the same, there's the problem.
Right. If there's
If
five people.
everybody, let's put it this, if everybody in your circle broke,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. If there's 5 people in the room that's broke, you're the sixth one that's broke.
okay,
And something's wrong.
right? If everybody now, and I don't want nobody to get offended about what I'm gonna say. If everybody in the room weigh the same amount and ain't nobody trying to get healthier, therein lies your problem.
Exactly.
This is the reason why ain't nobody going nowhere.
Mm-mm.
Everybody cool with where they at.
That's right.
Not me.
Exactly.
It's not what's the little game you used to play when you was kids when you had to follow the leader? What was the name of the game? I can't even
Fo-
remember. It's on the tip
Follow
of
the
my,
leader.
yeah, like
Oh,
when you okay, it was that, but it was enough. Simon
it's
said.
that's it.
Simon said, if
Mhm.
you always listen to what's told to you and you never challenge what's being said,
Mhm.
how can you go through life that way?
Exactly.
Now it's a difference when you following God's instruction, but even when you following His instruction, you can't tell me, "Hold on, wait a minute, God," that you don't never stop and ask, "But why though? Like,
Right.
why it gotta be like this?"
Mhm.
You can't tell me that you don't never question
Mhm.
the instructions sometimes.
Right.
So I know if man has told you this dot all your whole entire life, and you never once questioned what was being told to you, there's a problem.
That's right. That's right.
Again, it's about you want to see growth with yourself.
And if they get an attitude with you questioning them,
That part.
then there is a problem. They should be able to cultivate. And you asking questions is what's helping you to get built up. It's
Right.
what's helping you to learn. It's just like being in school. If you don't understand something, you tell your teacher you don't understand and you ask for tutoring, you ask them to help you. You do what it takes so you can pass the grade, right? So the
Mhm.
same as it is natural, it is spiritual. If you have a leader or you have mentors or you have people that you're calling your support, if you ask them a question and they get an attitude and don't want to help you, then you're in the wrong circle. They're not for you. They're preying on you. They're not praying with or for you.
Right.
So it's so important for you to recognize who's
Matter
around
of
you.
fact, this is it. Who in your circle challenges you?
Ooh,
That person is who you need to stick with.
exactly. So
Hey,
it goes
coach.
back. It goes back. What I was getting ready to say. It's so important for you to recognize your surroundings and
That's
who's
it.
around you. Who's stabbing you in the back and throwing daggers at you.
Oh, Jesus, fix it.
Hmm?
But with that question right there, let's go. Let's go there for a second. We got to go there for 1 second. One
Go
second.
ahead.
With that one question right there, when you know that that's what they doing, why do you draw closer?
Hmm.
That I just want
Hmm.
to know. I just want to know because that's not smart. I don't call that sane. So that's just my opinion. You don't have to accept that one from me. But in my opinion, that ain't sane. If I know that you're deliberately using me, if I know that every time I walk out the room, I'm the topic of your conversation, if I know that when you get up, that is what's happening, why am I
I
trying
just
to be
heard
social?
this is what I just heard. Oh my God, I don't know why I'm hearing stuff on tonight. I keep my friends close and my enemies closer.
Baby, that
Okay.
no,
Nope. God,
no,
although he did not throw his Judas away,
right, right.
he said go do what you got to do and do it quickly so you
Quickly,
can
that's what he
achieve
said.
what you need to do. Okay?
Yeah,
Go do what you got to do. You talking behind my back. Go do what you got to do. I know you talking behind my back. I'm just
right.
going to keep you in my prayers. But
You done
I
made a
don't
whole wager against me.
that part.
What? No.
Yes, always pointing out what's wrong with you. Yes, you don't never see any good in me. Why you around me if you don't never see any good in me? You there
Right.
to tear me down. You there to make me feel inadequate and insecure. You there to be that weight. You there to drain me. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You are my enemy. And God said he'll make your enemies your
Your
footstool.
footstool,
The
not my
wealth of
bosom,
the
baby.
wicked is laid up for the just, baby. What are you getting out of your enemy? Huh? The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. You supposed to be getting something out of that,
That's it.
not negative emotions, not messed up mentality. If they're tearing you down, they're messing with your mental, and that thing will stay with you.
First of all, if every time you get near said individual, you just feel like all of your energy has depleted,
Right.
leave the room. That's
I
all
don't
I
want
got
to,
to say.
or if
I
they
can't.
call you and you like, dang, I don't want to answer the phone today. Wait, maybe they won't know I'm home. Listen, you running from the phone and they can't see you. Listen, that is not the friendship that you need.
No,
It's
not at
not.
all.
It's not. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I need y'all to find better friends. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just go straight out and say it.
Oh
Okay,
God.
I'm just saying that's not it. All right. So look, we always said don't be quick to throw your Judas away because Jesus wasn't. He knew who was walking around with him the
Right.
whole time. He knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point. He knew who he was,
Exactly.
and that's the point.
Exactly.
You
But
you that dude. You
Judas
that
had a
dude that I
purpose
need you
though.
around. right?
Right. He had a purpose to fulfill. Okay. So what is your enemy's purpose for being around?
That's
They have
it.
a purpose to fulfill. What is it? Do
Judas
you
was
know?
that dude. He like, look, I gotta keep him here. He got to be here to this point right here.
Mhm.
And then at this point, all right, what about it? Because I won't see him no more.
Right. To the
And it,
point. That's it.
that's it, to the
That's
point. And then
it.
on top of that, Judas did what he did, made a whole wager against the man, and couldn't even enjoy it.
Mhm.
He went and killed himself afterwards.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Exactly.
Your enemy sitting right next to you, making a whole wager against you.
Mhm.
Got snakes for hands.
Mhm.
You ain't even realizing that you're being bit,
Mhm.
right? Thinking that they about to kill you, right? But
Mhm.
until you just kill yourself and you ain't even realize.
Right.
He couldn't even enjoy what he did.
Mhm.
He got his 30 pieces of silver and didn't spend a dime.
Exactly. Exactly. So once
Matter of
again,
fact, a lot of people don't even understand it. If you go back and you read it and you really search what tree he hung himself on, he's hung himself from the tree that the Lord went and prayed on.
mm, 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 mm,
Now,
mm.
what's the irony? You know, I'm just saying, like if you sit back and you really think about
Ooh.
the whole situation here, not only could you not enjoy it, you didn't spend a dime of it, but you went and hung yourself on the tree that I told the disciples to sit down and pray on while I was
Mhm.
up here praying on it.
Mhm.
Need I say
Mhm.
anymore
Nope.
concerning you? I'm just saying, your enemies will drive themselves to a point to try to ruin your life and ruin their own.
Mhm. And
You
see,
don't have to do it.
this is the thing that's saying what you do to me is already done to you. What you say about me is already said about you. Look, people speak negative over your life and they don't realize the harm that they're doing to their own self, because the battle don't belong to you. It belongs to God. Sometimes you don't even have to open your
Your mouth.
mouth. One of my witnesses, Auntie Brenda, how long did I keep my mouth shut in my situation? You don't have to open your mouth. God fights your battles. So why? Certain things don't deserve your energy. He
That's
said,
it.
vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, and I will repay them.
That's
Who
what he
are
said.
you? That goes back to the question, who are you? And whose are you? Who are you really serving in this season? Are you serving men or are you serving God?
The
And Auntie
Bible
Brenda
says
said, too
too
long.
long. But look, this is the key, y'all. Again, I've been talking about y'all taking a word for face value, right? The Bible says you can't serve two masters.
You can't serve two masters.
That's what it say. When you try to serve two different masters, it can run you crazy
Yes.
because you got one pulling you this way and the other one pulling you that way,
Yes. You straddling the
right?
fence.
So at the end of you can't serve two masters. You
Mm-mm.
can't serve yourself because you call
Mm-mm.
yourself a master. Let's be
Right.
clear. Can't serve yourself and then say that you also trying to have your foot in the kingdom door too.
That's right.
That's not how that works.
Mm-hmm.
See, some people got it twisted when the word tell you that he gave you dominion to be able to tread over serpents. That's
Mm-hmm.
what he gave you, the dominion to tread over serpents. But this is the problem. If you go into a snake pit and you ain't got no power, you gonna get bit.
Ah!
Okay? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I need you to catch it.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into a snake pit and you ain't got no power, you gonna get bit.
That's right.
Okay? So stop thinking that this is something that you can do, and everything you doing is being done by your power.
Look, it's
You
similar
first have
to
to learn how to die to yourself.
it's similar to somebody like me who loves the club, right? So if I say I love the club and the Lord deliver me from the club and I go back into the club, what am I gonna do? What they do in the club. I know where I'm supposed to be and where I'm not supposed to be. Okay? So you can't go every place that the Lord delivered you from. It's like putting a crackhead that was delivered back in the crack house. What he gonna do?
Not only that, okay, let's think about this. We're gonna use the club scene. I was that club person, okay?
Mhm.
Back in the day, that was me. When I went to the club, I went for one reason only. I was ready to be on the dance floor.
Mhm.
Okay. Nowadays, every once in a blue moon, I could go to a lounge, but when I walk up in the lounge and what you playing ain't what I hear,
No.
you playing R. Kelly 12 play, but I hear shouting music in my head. I know I'm in the wrong room.
You in the wrong.
I hear them
You all the way in the wrong
in
room.
the wrong room. Okay. So you know, look, you know when you in the wrong place. When somebody looking at you and you tapping your head and tapping, what are you listening to? Because the song ain't even going that fast. You don't understand. You don't understand.
That look, I was watching a live the other day and Tevin Campbell was singing it was two people and they done brought it to church. And I was like, I can't stand them for real. But
Okay, let me tell you.
that's how it be for real. You
But that's when you know that the Lord has done a great work. I'm just trying to
yes,
tell you, okay? I mean, this
yes,
is stuff that happens for real, y'all. Don't lie. I'm just saying. But that's when you know that He has done a real major change in your life.
right.
But that's what happens to you because you like, and everybody looking at you like, what is? Wait a minute.
What you
And
singing?
then you got the audacity to go up to the DJ. Excuse me, can you play that song right now? And it's a shout music song, and everybody, what? Wait a minute.
I'm just leaving.
I'm
We in the
telling you, like,
wrong
what
place.
has just happened up in here? Okay, so you got to get a people their moment,
Uh-huh.
right? And see,
Mm,
my DJ friends, they will line up with my foolishness sometimes. So
mm.
I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, y'all know when you in the wrong place, you ain't supposed to be somewhere. Okay, I'm just saying. But
Who help me, Jesus?
look, look, I'm trying to tell you, look, this is what happened, right? So I'm telling y'all, when y'all in the wrong place, the Lord will let you know that
Mhm.
this is not the place you need to be because this is what's about to happen. You stay right here just a little too long.
Mm,
I'm gonna let everybody know who you serve for real.
mm,
Okay?
mm.
So that look, y'all don't want to have them type of moments. So just make sure you in the right place from the beginning. Okay, and we ain't gotta have these type of issues.
Or
Okay.
or you in a house party and you ministering to people and they drunk
That's
and they
it.
crying and getting delivered and stuff. Listen.
Look, the people get ready to take shots, but you going up and laying hands.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Yep. Wrong place.
Okay?
It's a time and a
Hey,
place for everything, y'all. It's a time.
but look, this is what happened, and they just shake their head. You know what? I don't even want to drink no more.
And
Don't
that's
even
why
worry
you
about it.
don't get invited nowhere. Oh God. Okay.
So this is
But
what happens, right?
look,
But
it
see
goes back to knowing who you
who you
are.
are.
It goes
That's it.
back to knowing whose you are because you may think that you're in a backslidden state, but you may be in a bitter state and you end up in a place and you still ministering. When I went through my bitter state, I was still uh taking people out the club. I put people in programs. Listen, I'm still ministering. People are like, you are bad for business. I'm telling you, you bad for business because I'm over here trying to do something and you prophesying over here. And now, mind you, I was the bartender, but I'm prophesying to other people. So yeah, it just does not work. Cuz you can take you can take you out the church, but the church is in you. You know what
That's
I'm
it.
saying? So
That
you're
part.
always going to be who God says you are, no matter how bitter, no matter how angry. It's always going to be inside of you. If it's in you, if you are called, if you are chosen, if you are anointed, if you are appointed, what God put inside of you is going to come out.
That's it.
It
I
does
had a
not
lot of
change.
funny moments, y'all. I promise you I have. Get ready to try to smoke a L to the head and go to
Oh
talking in
God.
tongues. And go to talking in tongues. Like for real. I'm telling y'all, it's bad sometimes, y'all. So pray for me. But I'm just saying. Okay. Okay. That's all I can say. It be real bad sometimes. Just
Oh
trying to have a
Jesus.
normal conversation don't work. Yeah, but
Listen.
in some instances, you know, because you be
Listen.
up and I just be in the go into third heavens real quick, like. So I'm just saying, it just happens. But that's when you put yourself in a place to for that to take place. You know,
Right.
I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I will bless the Lord at all times, literally. So
Look,
that's the whole point. And I
some
mean, I'm just saying, I'm one of them that I will pull over at a gas station, and if shop music is, I will go for broke right there at the pump. I'm saying, don't play. I
because
will
you
ask
can't be
you to get a
ashamed of
drink.
him. You can't be
Right.
ashamed of him. Sometimes we got to get like the woman with the issue of blood.
That's
Listen,
it.
this is one of my favorite scriptures because a lot of people, this woman, she suffered for 12 long years.
Well,
And people,
it's,
because she had the blood issue, she was considered unclean. I say she was considered sanctified. You know why? Because God had to set her apart so that he can do a work in her. See, men could not do anything. The doctors couldn't do anything. She was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Okay. So the only thing she could do is get to God. The only thing she could do is trust him. She put her faith in everybody else and everything else, and it didn't work. But when she heard, look, she didn't have to see, she heard that this man was coming. Be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. She heard that this man was coming. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. She heard it. And when he got there and she touched just a little a hem of his garment. Now it was a crowd there, but and he turned around and said, "Who touched me?" And the disciples is like, "Listen, Jesus, come on now. Let me tell you something. You see all these people here. How are we supposed to know who touched you? Look at all the everybody been
but
touching you."
it wasn't
And see,
even that. But it wasn't even that. The
but
disciples was just blown away that he
he
knew.
knew
It
it.
wasn't even about everybody else.
Exactly.
It's a difference when
Right.
they rubbed up against him. That's not the same.
It's different.
She
And
she grabbed a
he
hold
grabbed
and
the
held
hem.
on just to
Right.
the hem. I
And the
said it
virtue.
Monday night. I said
Mm,
her fear was great, but her faith was greater.
yes. The
And she
virtue
pushed to get to
until
the
she
hem.
got to him.
And she
Exactly.
didn't touch, and it wasn't even about him. It was the
Mm-mm, it
him.
was a him.
The
Exactly.
difference in the him. And
Mhm.
man, I'm telling y'all that look, when y'all see the woman with an issue of blood from a different level
Yes.
than just you reading it like you heard it before,
Exactly.
it's something different when you can look at it in a
Exactly.
different a whole different level. But I'm
Exactly.
telling y'all, for her to push past the crowd
Yes.
and just
And
grab the him,
the him. Yes, auntie, that faith. That
and for
faith
him to know that virtue
virtue
had been
came
drawn
out.
out of him.
Yes. And
It wasn't
immediately.
everybody. It wasn't everybody else that was bumping up against him. Because you
Mm-mm.
can best believe if it was crowded, it was happening.
Right.
It was a different pull.
And immediately
Right.
he said, "Your
He
faith
get
has
made.
made you whole."
That's it.
Your faith. You have to have faith in knowing who you are.
That's it.
You have to have faith in trusting him in order for him to build you up. You have to have faith in him. Just a measure. If you have the faith, the grain of a mustard seed, you could lose mustard seed in dirt, in dust, because it's so little. The
Look,
grain of a mustard seed. You can move mountains. We focus on these obstacles. We become a byproduct of our circumstances. We forget who we are because of what's going on around us because we're focused on the distraction instead of focusing on Him, the
look,
author and the
I said
finisher
it.
of
I
our
said
faith.
it a week ago. Yeah, I think it was a week ago. I said that your level of faith tells you where you are.
That's it.
If your faith ain't there, that tells you where you are.
Hmm.
If
But
your
see,
faith ain't where, then you not where you think you are.
what I've learned about faith, you have to have an encounter that's going to cause you to call on Him like never before. And ain't nothing else is going to be able to get you to that point to say, I know that I know that I know that God is God and He's in complete control. He ain't going to leave me comfortless. He's not going to allow me to die in this situation. He's not going to allow me to get depressed in this situation. He's not going to allow me to go and commit suicide in this situation. He's not even going to allow me to go commit homicide in this situation. Listen, that's faith. He's not going to allow anything to happen to me during this situation. Where is your faith? And He's going to build me up in order to make me stronger in this situation so that I'll realize I can set some standards in my life. I can walk in security. I can walk in confidence. I'll know exactly who I am. I'll know exactly what I'm capable of. I'll know exactly the gifts I possess
Right.
because of Him. Not me. You can't do it in your own strength because I told y'all this flesh tired. Doing it in my strength, I'm going to pass out somewhere, okay? That's where
And you
my
beat
strength
down
lies.
doing it in your strength.
Huh?
I said you'll feel like you beat down doing it in your strength.
Exactly. I feel drained doing it in my strength. As much as I run, I didn't eat today
Plus
and
The Bible say that He is made strong in your weakness. That's what it says.
exactly. That's what it
So
says. I didn't eat today till after 6. And then the food that I ate was nasty. So I was not happy. And Coco fussing at me. You got to stop doing that. I'm in consecration, but I'm,
that's what we're doing. For real.
but
That's where we're going.
but I'm also running. So I got to use wisdom and working and going to school and running and taking care of me. I have to use wisdom. So I realized
Thank
I can't
you.
go that long because I'm gonna be passed out somewhere. I realized that. But there's been days I don't eat until I'm like, Coco, I'm eating now. It's like 6:30, 7 o'clock. Like I forget that I did not eat because when I'm in consecration, I consecrate for real. So the food
Like I
is
always tell her, you guys, if she was to cook and pre-prep her food for that night when she come home or the following day, we wouldn't have this problem.
I still throw it away. And a lot of times I just crave cereal and
She
just be too
already know
tired to
when
fix
it's
it.
consecration time, she just need to buy her bag of rabbit food and
I
keep it in the house.
right. I just need some cereal. That's all I need is some cereal. Some honey nut Cheerios and I'll be happy. But
Don't ask.
recently I had the honey nut Cheerios and I didn't even feel like making it. I just went to bed. And that's just cereal. It's okay though.
Ah,
It's okay, y'all. But
that's
we ain't
cool.
trying to be before y'all long. Look, I'm gonna shift a little bit because I know Coco got some questions over there somewhere. So we're gonna answer two questions.
I was not prepared for this part of the segment. Okay. My thing is I thought we was gonna get up here, talk to y'all, and get off. So I was not prepared for this part of the segment.
Okay. Well, I guess Monday
There we go.
we'll do some Q&A. because
Yes.
it's been a while since we've
Yes.
done some Q&A. So y'all come with some questions. I think I'm
Y'all
not
know how
working
to
Monday.
send them. So send
Yes.
them, either inbox me, email them to me, YouTube them to me, however y'all do.
However.
But just inbox me so I can get them for you and I can read
Mhm.
them out.
Right.
If you
And
want
who
us to
knows?
know who sent them, you can put your name and we'll. And
Mhm.
on top of that, like I said, we don't mind being more interactive with you guys. So you guys do not have to remain in the comment section. If
Right.
you inbox us and say you would like to come on to ask your question, we
Mhm.
will give you access to do so.
Yes.
Okay. But you just have to let us know. So we don't
Mhm.
mind you guys popping on, asking you questions, us answering the questions, and we make room for the next one. So we don't mind y'all doing that. If you want to do that, you just have to inbox us and let us know.
That's it.
All righty. So we don't mind being more interactive. I like interactive people.
Yes.
Okay. But this is the disclaimer. Come correct when you do it, please. That's all I ask. All right. That's all I ask. Thank you. Love you again.
Oh,
Yes.
Jesus.
So that is it.
Okay. So with that being said, y'all, listen, we gave y'all a lot of questions. Y'all got a lot of nuggets on tonight. Um right, Coach B? Y'all got a lot of nuggets. Only you are accountable to you. You are responsible for you. You need to take care of you. You need to get to the place that God has for you. Okay? So with that being said, we're going to get ready to close out. Coco, any announcements? Any dates?
Yes, our second annual prophetic conference will be July the 30th here virtually, not on StreamYard, but via Zoom.
Yeah.
The Facebook event page has been created. All you have to do is go to the event page, click the go to link button, and register.
Yes.
It is free. All right. So you don't have to pay for the conference. The conference is free. The
Mhm.
only thing we are asking you to pay for, if you want one, is a shirt.
Yes.
That's it. All right. So the shirts are 25. You have to inbox me with your name, address, size. All right. And I will tell you where to send the 25 to. That's it.
Mhm.
Other than that, I do believe we have, oh, overseer, Dr. K. You know, we love her. Her empowerment weekend starts on July the 23rd. She's having the in-person event. And
Okay.
then the actual empowerment ceremony itself is August the 19th to the 21st. All right. So
Mhm.
that is also virtual as well. But the one on the 23rd is in person in Norfolk, Virginia. All right. Um, I don't think there's anything else for July
The
as
14th.
far as our regularly tuned shows.
Yeah, the 14th we will have everyone that is ministering during the prophetic conference up here with us. They're going to come and bless us with their presence. So, y'all don't want to miss that show, okay? Okay.
I'm
It's going to
actually
be
afraid.
awesome.
I'm afraid of that show, y'all.
It's going to be I'm
But
just going to sit in the background and shut my mouth.
um, because that's a lot of heaviness,
Yes.
coming up here, and all of them are consecrated. So I'm not.
Yes.
Yeah, so everybody is doing what they got to do for the assignment right now, so
Mhm.
that we can be in proper position to receive on the 30th. I'm so excited. You guys
Yes.
have no idea. But for the voices that have already asked me about next year's prophetic conference will be in person. It
Mhm.
will not be virtual. So if you want to have your face in the place, I will let you know where it's going to be next year. All right. And again, we still gonna have some powerhouse speakers for
Yes.
next year. I'm trying to tell y'all the people that we know, um, that we get to speak, and I think I'm gonna throw some male speakers in there next year too. So it's gonna be awesome. I'm trying to tell you, it's not just women related. So I do want y'all to know that
Right.
men are more than welcome to come in and sup with us, and get delivered, get set free, all that good
Mhm.
stuff. All right. So if you are a person that may be interested in speaking, of course, inbox me, so we can have a conversation. All right, and then we can talk some things over. Right. But other than that, I think that's all we have for July. August, we will let you know what's happening because I know there's
Mhm.
some stuff coming up in August, but I don't know everything because I don't have my calendar in front of me right now.
Mhm.
All right. September, we got some stuff. October, it is the anniversary show and
The seminar, you
the
are not my
seminar
competition, and
and
Bobby is
something
having
else.
something. Bobby is having something.
Yeah, but it's something else besides that. So it's like four things in October.
Okay.
There's some stuff in October. And then November is the You Have a Name conference.
Yes.
Um, Quint's birthday celebration.
Mhm.
We are going to celebrate Thanksgiving, yes, with our lovely families and stuff. Yep, we all have that
Mhm.
coming up. And there's another conference in November. Yep, that Dr. K is speaking at. Actually, that's going to be at my mama pop's church at Tabernacle of Praise. That is the I want to say the 8th, 17th to the 19th of November. But I'll still let y'all know. I'll keep repeating the dates so that you guys will know what's going on at that time.
Mm.
Um, and I don't think we got anything for December set up just yet.
Not yet, but
Um,
we are going to do uh we're going to sponsor families again for
yes, for
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
and Christmas. So,
Yep,
those of you that want to donate to that, y'all can inbox me or Coco and go from there. So,
yep.
yes.
The goal is to feed um four families. We fed two apiece last year, so we ended
Mhm.
up feeding six families last year, which was great. I would love to feed four apiece this year,
Mhm.
with all of the hosts on Trailblazers. So if we can make that happen, that would be great. In your area, find four families that you know need assistance at that time, and we're going to bless them so they can eat good. All
Mhm.
right. And we're going to bless anybody that has children for Christmas time. So I think we're
Yes.
going to do our own little Toys for Tots thing
Yes.
kind of going on. But
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. We had discussed it, but I didn't know if we set it in stone if we're going to still try to do the back to school stuff. But we will keep you guys posted. All right, on that, and if we do that, that will be in August sometime. All
Yeah.
right, the back to school run. But oh, one more thing. If you guys would like to be a virtual vendor for the conference, please
Oh
inbox me.
yeah.
Okay. Because I would love for you guys to be able to showcase your stuff. So if you want to be a virtual vendor, let me know so I can give you a slot and a time and how much time you got. Because I want people to be able to buy your stuff. We like to sell into the folks. All right. So
Mhm.
um just inbox me and let me know if you are interested. I already know of two people that are. I want to have at least five vendors if possible. That would be great. But if I can't get five, the more the merrier. If not, we already got two running. So just let me know if you guys are interested. All right. So stay tuned Tuesday night for Bobby's show, Friday night for Fred, which is tomorrow. And we'll be back with y'all on Monday. All right. We love y'all.
Have a good night.